of taking a cauterizing iron, dragging across the flesh in this symbol that you see here.
An hour to do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And by the time it got to me, I was like, I need to. Yeah, if you think about that, we're all giving collateral for Keith's spank bank is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that's going. But we don't know that at the time.
Right.
Cut to, that was January. March, I go out there for my initiation and to meet my sisters.
Quick question.
Yeah.
When did, I remember they showed in the vow, like texts you would have to send. There was like the master-slave dynamic. Did that begin right away in January?
Yeah, so it's
Can
right
you
away.
Explain that?
Yeah, so part of being the vow of obedience also is that she's the master, I'm the slave. And I'm like.
She used those words.
Yeah, master slave. And I'm like, master slave? Like even in NXIVM, there's a whole module where like slavery is bad. And I'm like, wait, so now I'm the slave. It's just like, it's a metaphor, Sarah. Like coachee.
It's a metaphor.
Guru disciple. Just guru disciple. And also like, I don't live in Albany. I can't be her slave. Right? Like, it's a metaphor. It's like, you know, have you ever,
it's like the old Joe Bonanno interview. It is a metaphorical. Yeah.
You weren't a frat boy ever, right? It doesn't, or were you?
Do I look like
no,
a frat boy?
No, you don't look like a frat boy. Okay.
I wasn't a frat. I was
were?
at a school where pretty much every person there was a small school. Everyone was in a frat.
Did you ever get hazed?
We drank Mad Dogs.
Okay.
I was in like the sports team frat. So it was a drinking club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you've heard about hazing.
Of course.
Yeah. So also a little bit culty, by the way. I've done episodes on it. But the point is when someone's being hazed, they know that the person above them is sort of playing a game.
Right.
You know, like, okay, I'm going to go get your remote from across campus and bring it to you. Okay, fine. That's what I got to do. That's what it felt like to me. This is a game. It's an exercise. I'm not really her slave. We're doing this thing together.
It's a sorority.
It's a sorority. So yeah, that's what it was like. It was weird. It was also kind of exciting. Nobody knew about it. We were like texting, and I had to be like, "Good morning, master," and you know, what?
Yeah, that's the part I would have been like. So you had to talk like that.
Yeah.
So you had to check in with her. I
had to check in with her, and I also had to be always available. This is also like there were so many things that happened in those last 6 months. I couldn't even tell you the timeline because I was already sleep deprived, having a toddler that would wake me up at night. Then I had to keep my phone on at night for like drills that I had to respond to her in a certain time.
She might text you in the middle of the night and you had to respond.
I had to respond. So like total control. So the control just amped up. And also somewhere during this time I'm going, oh shit, like what did I agree to? And trying to figure out also how I was going to get out of it. Like as soon as I was in, I'm trying to figure out how to get out.
Hey guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's a huge, huge help. Thank you.
But like kind of going along and thinking about like maybe if I find a way to tell Nancy about this. Oh, because as soon as I was in, then it was revealed to me that we had to give new collateral every month. Every month. And this provide something else to keep our word strong. And people were giving like there was one woman in my little sisterhood who was a lawyer and wrote a letter that would have gotten her disbarred. Shit like that. Lauren.
She was a lawyer?
Yes. And I don't know if this happened before or after the branding. I don't remember. But there was a point where Lauren asked for the deed to my home. And I was like, okay. And never, ever actually like took steps to do it. But was like, yeah, I'm talking to my lawyer. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Like I don't have the deed to my home. Just as collateral. Just for her to hold. So like I'm in it. But also like kind of going along with it. Trying to figure out how to extricate myself from it. And like, you know, I'm in Vancouver, so I'm not like, no one's really watching me. I can kind of get away with not being fully in it.
You're in some ways, because of your physical lack of proximity, you're finding loopholes to dissociate yourself from the very clear red flags flying at all times.
Yes, and keep in mind that there are women who were in my boat who lived in Albany, who lived in the same complex as Keith and Nancy and Lauren. Like their level of fight or flight and hypervigilance from this time period must have been through the fucking roof because they were like, can you imagine? Like that's why you don't hear from them.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm probably the only ones who can talk about it because I don't have the same shame wrapped up in it. Like it's embarrassing, but it's not the same shame. You know what I mean?
No, it's like I'm trying to possibly understand it.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
I know.
It's so crazy. But like you're texting in the middle of the night. Did Nippy ever see you texting?
No, my God, Nippy was so. This is when
Does
Nippy.
you think you're texting Jake from State Farm?
No.
Like, what's the deal?
What Lauren helped me explain to him, because I'm like, I was one of the few married women, right? So I had to get him on board, and she's like, tell him that you're doing something with your women friends from Jeunesse, and it's like. SOP had their own version of the texting and the drills and stuff. So that was called readiness drills. That's where that came from. SOP was doing it too. You had to be available and respond. I was like, are you ready to do what? I don't fucking know. So I was like, I'm doing that with my women friends. We're like committing to our. So he knew that I was doing something with Lauren and my women friends from Jeunesse, but he didn't really know what. But he was irritated because I was like, we had phones off at night. Now we don't have phones off at night. He's like, this isn't cool, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't say bro then. That was more recent.
He's cultured now.
Yeah.
He left there and got cultured.
Bruh. I live with 3 boys. It's a bruh.
Good for him.
Yep.
So you're from January to March, and they show some of these texts like in the vow. I remember that. It was like you'd literally, as you said, refer to her as master, and she'd call you slave and check in. And that does also psychologically, even if you are not physically proximate and you're explaining away some of these things, it's repetition of anything. When you do that enough, that psychologically wires you to unknowingly take on some of those characteristics in that dynamic, for sure. It's no different for any person. So March is when you actually go out there?
I think it's March 11th. And she signed me up at the end of January. So it's actually like less than 6 weeks later.
Okay.
And
so she says, fly out here to Albany.
We had a training that the whole organization was doing. It was a Jeunesse. There was Jeunesse for women, and there was SOP for men. And then there was a Jeunesse track that was like for relationships the men and women were doing together. So Nippy and I were going to do this 8-day training together. By the way, it's $15,000, that training. Yeah,
they always get you.
I know, they still getting your money.
They always get you.
And I was instructed to come out a day early so I could meet my sisters and get my tattoo and do my initiation. And that happened, and then I left. Just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. We got to actually go and do it. Nippy doesn't know anything about what this is.
Nippy actually dropped me off at Lauren's house I told him it was a potluck, which we did have a potluck first. We had a potluck.
You didn't mention anything about a tattoo or anything like that?
No. We were having dinner with my girlfriends, and I would take an Uber back when I was done. Oh, do I have to tell this whole story?
You don't have to. Seriously.
I'm going to tell you the abridged version. Or what do you want to know?
I mean, I want to know what happened, but you don't have. I'm serious. You don't have to. It's whatever you're comfortable with.
It's been a while. Hold on a second. I have to pee again. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
We'll
be right back, and then we're going to do this. Okay, we're back. So, like I said, wherever you're comfortable going with this, go. Wherever you're not, no problem at all.
Thank you.
But the branding, as you
Thank
said.
you. And so what I've realized, so I'm 8 years out. What I've realized is, even though I have a podcast, I've done all these interviews, talking about like the details of the night still trigger like a kind of PTSD response.
Yeah.
So to really go there and walk through all the steps and to relive it is traumatic. And at the same time, I want people to know so they understand the whole story. If I really go there, then I'm going to just break down, and I don't want to do that. So I have to it's almost like I have to tell the story from a more surface, sort of like eagle view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I really settle into what happened, it's just fucks with my head. So that's my preempt. She'd set up a whole ritual. Lauren wanted to make this a special night, and she had. Oh my God, I haven't walked through all of these things in a long time, so I'm just trying to figure out what's the most important thing to share.
You were just to be clear, before we went to the break, you were dropped off. Nippy did not know what you're doing. Obviously.
Yep.
Drops you off at Lauren's house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a potluck to start.
Yeah. Was it a potluck to start? No, it was not a potluck to start. So I didn't know who the other women were in she had a pod of sisters, my sorority. We hadn't met yet. This was the night we were going to meet, and then we were going to be like sisters in the sorority. So I knew that there were other women that she'd invited as well, but I hadn't met them yet. that introduction was so awkward. So I was the first to arrive. She brought me into her guest room, which I'd been in before and stayed. I felt comfortable in her house. And she told me to get undressed and wait. And then she
right when you get there, get undressed.
Mm-hmm. I heard other women come in. And she ended up blindfolding me and leading me downstairs into her like little living room area until all the women were down there. And we took off our blindfolds and we met each other buck naked. I know.
That is bad start.
I know, it's a bad start. And these are women that I know. These are women that I've done trainings with for years. But like we've never seen each other naked. One of the women was breastfeeding. She had a new baby. And like, you know, when you've had a baby, your body is not your own. Things are not as they should be for a while. So she was uncomfortable. I mean, we were all just like, oh, this is so fucking weird. And kind of laughing. And she says things like, girls, you have to get over your body issues. Like, who cares? Like.
So she comes downstairs and is telling you that.
Mm-hmm. She introduces us. We talk a little about what DOS means. I don't remember any of it. I couldn't tell you because I'm just like, people think we're a cult. You know, like, well, now what are we doing? We get dressed. We have the potluck. Sorry, I feel like I have like trail mix on my teeth.
No, you're good.
Okay. Then we have potluck. A low-calorie potluck, by the way. Because everyone's like counting calories, so we're all trying to be thin. Nope. And I was never a calorie counter. I've just always kind of been naturally thin. And so I wasn't doing that. But everybody was like, this is a 300-calorie soup. And this is like, it was so annoying. The weight thing is that's a whole other podcast. Yeah. We put on our clothes. Then we get blindfolded again, and we get in a car. We like cram into a car, and she drives us somewhere. Blindfolded. She's not blindfolded. She's driving.
Well, that's good. That's reassuring.
Yeah. And then she like leads us out of the car. It's dark by now into what as soon as I get in the home, I can smell, and I'm peeking under the bottom of my blindfold, and I know exactly where I am. I'm in Alice and Max condo. We get led into a room. It's like half the size of this room with a massage table in the middle. And we were told to get undressed again. And now we're going to get what I thought was my tattoo is now the brand. And now she shows me.
And it's half the size of this room?
Yeah. That's what
it's not a big space at all.
No, it's enough room for like a massage table and for like people to sort of stand around or sit around the massage table.
How many of you was it again? 4 or 5?
So me, Lauren, then the doctor, 6 others.
Oh, the doctor.
The person who did the branding.
Was a doctor.
It's an osteopath. Not a doctor, but I guess I don't know what
Who's in NXIVM?
She's in NXIVM.
Okay.
Yeah, who's still loyal, by the way. You can look her up. She's been on news saying that it was all consensual and we all agreed. And,
oh, my God.
Yeah. And
that should take your medical license away.
It's gone. And by the way, I was the only one who testified to that. All the other women were like, had run for the hills, and I was like, this cannot continue.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she blames me for that.
Okay. So they show you the brand now when you walk in?
Yes.
And who showed you?
Lauren. She showed us.
Showed her.
Yeah, and it looked quite a lot like that, like a little bit more fresh, a little bit more raised.
Like she had just gotten it.
Yeah, it was pretty raw. It was keloid. You know what a keloid scar is, right? Like it's sort of thick and raised. I'm
not familiar with that term.
Yeah, keloid is like when a scar is like it's not healed yet.
Like that a little bit?
Yeah, but so that would be a bit more raised than that. But that's a little bit keloid, yeah. Okay. And I can tell you the cream to put on that.
I'm good.
You're good?
It smells good with the ladies. So
really?
Yeah.
It's your war wound?
Yeah, I've had it for like 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're so tough.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let them make up a story.
You keep that then. Whatever works for you.
Hey, I'm not working with much here. You got to help me out.
Bruh. Okay.
But what was your reaction when you see that this ain't a tattoo?
That's not a dime size. I don't want that.
Oh, she had told you dime size?
Yeah. It's like 2 inches by 2 inches. It's huge. A lot of things happened in this short period of time. Like, I know I pulled her aside at one point. I'm like, Lauren, I do not want this on my body. And she's like, you're the only green sash in this room. And you made a commitment.
Do you feel like when she says something like that to you, because you look at it seriously, like friend to friend, you're like, it's awkward. You're taking off a blindfold naked in a room. So it's already weird. But now it's like, all right, let's cut the shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want this. And then she looks at you, I'm assuming with some sort of like
Authority.
1,000-yard stare
Yeah.
mixed with authority, and says, you're a green sash. You
And-
have to do this. Did it feel like she was a robot?
A little bit. Yeah. And also Lauren was the master at normalizing things. Like even when she taught the 5-day, I loved when she taught the 5-day because she'd be like, yeah, sashes are weird. I get it. But like, you know, it's just a martial arts system. And like, yeah, Vanguard. I know. Like I loved having her train because it made my friends more into the weird things because she just was like, whatever, like I get it. You know, we don't want to call it Vanguard, but it's just like a leader of a philosophical movement. You know, we call it the judge, your honor. It's the same thing.
You wrap the weird in nonchalance.
Yeah, and she was really good at that. And so there were a lot of things stacked against me in the moment. One is that I was the highest ranking person in that room. So even though this was supposed to be unrelated to NXIVM, of all the women there, I was, other than Lauren, I was the highest rank. My promotion's on the line, like me going up the rank. My collateral's on the line. Remember, I've taken a vow of obedience. Yep. So that's the proverbial like gun to my head. It's being blackmailed. I've taken a vow of obedience. That means she's telling me I get branded. I need to get branded. We also have all these years of indoctrination. Jeunesse, part of the curriculum was like women don't know how to keep a commitment. Even when we're married, we're like, we can always get a divorce. So there's all these very terrible messaging about women and our ability to stay loyal.
Like the worst kind of manipulation.
Yeah.
Like they're appealing, or that appealing's the wrong word, but they're guilting you for, you know, pseudo-biology.
Yeah. And now I'm actually gaslighting myself. I'm going, oh, look at me. I'm doing what we learned about. I'm literally looking for the back door. I said I would commit. I said I'd fucking do it. I got to do it. I said I'd do it. I'm going to do it. So I have her doing it to me. I have me doing it to me. I have the collateral on the line. I have my role in the organization. And I tried to figure out I decided not to go first. I saw somebody else go first. It was fucking horrific. Now I am going to get emotional.
It's okay.
Yeah. First we were wearing masks because of the smell of the flesh. So there's a cauterizing iron that was dragged across the flesh to create the line. It wasn't a stamp of a brand. Like would have been more humane, like a hot iron in fire on flesh, like they do Omegas in the frats. You know about that?
Yes.
Black fraternities together Omega.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Malcolm Jenkins had a huge one.
Yeah. That would have been more humane. The first woman, it took almost an hour, maybe 45 minutes of taking a cauterizing iron, dragging across the flesh in this symbol that you see here.
An hour to do that?
Yeah. Oh. And by the time it got to me, I was like, I need to stay as still as fucking possible because the first woman I saw was like flipping around on the table like an electrocuted fish. Like it was horrific. And I was like, if I'm going to get through this, I'm going to stay as still as possible. Like I got this sort of like, I'm going to get it done and I'm going to get it done as quickly as possible. And like I've given birth before. That was the most painful experience of my life. I can do this. I can do it. And that's what I did. I like lay on the table and disassociated and thought about the love for my baby and went somewhere else and like did everything I could to make it bearable. Like I think I even cracked jokes, you know, to ease the weird tension in the room. And meanwhile, Lauren's like looking lovingly at me and like.
So looking lovingly at
Yeah,
you.
like you're doing so great. You know, and before we'd even started, we had to say, Master, would you brand me? It would be an honor. Which cut to later in the trial, Allison Mack had audio footage of her talking to Keith and Keith saying, ask the women, tell them to put their hands over their heads so it looks sort of sacrificial and tell them to ask to be branded so it looks consensual. That was a key piece of evidence in the trial.
God.
So yeah, it's that happened.
40, but
mine I think took I don't even know, like around 30 minutes, a little less because I stayed still and just said like just get it over with, maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
And you disassociated.
I disassociated.
So you weren't really.
Oh, I felt it.
You felt it.
Oh, I felt it, but it was. I mean, you probably had never had laser hair removal around your bikini line.
I've had it up here, but in very light. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
It's the most sensitive area to mm-hmm. like right here on your pubic line. And Yeah, I was having my flesh cut open with a hot iron with no anesthetic. And then when it was done, I felt like the strongest, the endorphins that hit me, and the rush of like feeling so fucking strong that I got through it, and proud of myself that I got through it. And then to be surrounded by these women friends who were like rooting me on. They're like, you did so great. And like trauma bond, which you talked about with Nadine.
Yes.
She mentioned that.
Very real thing.
Yeah, it's very real. She mentioned the power dynamic. I think obviously that does 100% happen, trauma bond with the power differential and abusers, but trauma bond can also happen with people that you're bonded with. Like even within my sisters, we were trauma bonded. So obviously Lauren and I with the power differential, but with my sisters, we had like gone through this horrific thing together. And yeah, I don't know what else you want me to tell you, but it was like the worst. Yeah, I don't know.
You were thinking about to get through it. You're disassociating, and you're also thinking about like your baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd learned this thing in NXIVM called state control, which is like accessing different emotional states to like get through like I could bring up like an excited state if I was feeling low energy, like I could get like excited about something. So I went into a love state. I went into a disassociated love. Like I love my son so much. Like I'm the most loving. Like I brought that up. So I was like somewhere. I was like disassociated into another realm for myself. And then I came back to it, and then Lauren was there. So now I'm bonded with her, and I don't even remember the rest of the night. I don't remember how I got home.
Thank you guys for watching the episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button on the video. They're both a huge, huge help. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below.